Okay, I thought we would try something together to confirm something I've suspected to be true regarding popularity. Now, I don't know if you know this, but among the most popular cards for people to give as their quote favorite card, the Ace of Spades and the Queen of Hearts are two of the most highly ranked on the popularity chart. And I think we can see this phenomenon with people as well. Certain groups of people just seem to have a gravitational attraction toward one another. So what we're going to look at here is I have ace through queen of various suits and of course colors. And I pulled out the two most popular cards, as I mentioned. Okay. And as you can see here, I have a good random organization to the remaining cards, 2 through jack. Okay. Now, since we've seen the cards, why don't we go ahead and just mix these, okay? In fact, you're going to be mixing these cards to a degree that no one could possibly know where anything is, okay? Even if they saw the original order, okay? So what we're going to do is I'm going to kind of divide these here. And in fact, I just performed what's called a Charlier shuffle. That's a good way to mix cards. Another wonderful way is to perform something called a Klondike shuffle. This is where you take the top and bottom cards off as one. A wonderful way to mix cards to show you kind of how well mixed they are here. If I could. These are new cards here. Okay, so it's a different ordering than we had before. So what we're going to do here is we're going to place these two cards that I believe there's an irresistible attraction between them as far away as possible from each other. So the Ace of Spades is going to go on the very top and the Queen of Hearts at the very bottom. They could not be further away from each other within this packet of 12 cards. Okay? And now I need your help to mix these cards and either validate or invalidate my theory about these two cards just being drawn together despite our efforts to separate them. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to deal out the cards first into two piles, and you're going to make all of the decisions here. How would you like these stacked? You want left on right? Okay, that's good. Let's see, into three piles. Would you like to stack the piles from left to right or right to left? Your choice, right to left. Okay. We can even deal into 4 piles. And here, we'll give you a couple of choices. We can stack the top row on top of the bottom or the bottom on top of the top. What would you like? Bottom on top. Okay. From here, how would you like these stacked? Right on left. Okay. And we can even deal out into 6 piles. Pretty crazy there. Okay, and similar thing there. Would you like the bottom on top or top on bottom? Top on bottom. Okay. Now, what about stacking here? Left to right or right to left? Left to right. Okay, very good. So what I need to show you that the cards really are well mixed. Okay, can you see that, how well mixed they are? Okay, so what we're going to do now to kind of finish our test, I'm going to put out random pairs here using the Klondike shuffle. So random pairs of cards, there should be 6 of them, and there are. And I need you to use your intuition. It's customary to let the spectator go first, so we'll do that out of courtesy. So what I need you to do is just put your fingers on 2 piles, and I'll remove one of them. Okay? So which 2 piles would you like to place your fingers on? These 2? Okay. So I'll go ahead and just remove this one. Where should I put it? Kind of want it in camera view still. Let's see. Maybe I'll put my fingers right here. Which one do you want removed? This one? Okay. Whoop. That one a flying. Sorry. Okay. Your turn. Put your fingers anywhere. Right here? Okay. Maybe I'll go with this one being removed. Keep those in camera. And I'll put my fingers right here. So which of these would you want removed? This one right here? Okay. And we'll set it next to that one. And then you would put your fingers on these 2. And let's see. Why don't we get rid of maybe this one right here? Okay. So we're left with this single pair of cards. Now, if my theory is correct, about popularity being this irresistible attraction between two or more people, we really should have landed on the two most popular cards in this group of 12. Now, I don't know if we did. Did we? Oh, yes. There's one. Okay, hold your breath here. There's one. It's a Queen of Hearts. Okay, did it get drawn to, irresistibly, to the Ace of Spades? Oh, it did indeed. Oh, you have no idea how relieved I am to see that. That is great. So that just confirms what I've always held to be the case, that popularity really is a force to be reckoned with, and those who have it, whether they realize it or not, they're actually controlled by it to some degree. What's that? You want to see what's in the other pairs of cards? Okay, that's fine. Let's just take a... Oh, that's nice. Interesting. 2 clubs. What about this one? I doubt these are the same suits. What are the Whoa! 2 diamonds? These other cards, though they're not popular, they're pretty amazing. Look at this. Okay, what are this one? Same suit? Oh, yes indeed. What about the last one? Same suit? Oh, a couple of clubs. That is amazing. Amazing, amazing. So think of what your choices have led to. That is fantastic. What's that? Oh, there's more here than we've made mention? What's that? What do you see that I don't see? Add the card values? What do you mean add? Like add 7 and 6? Oh, that's interesting. 13. 5 and 8, 13. 3 and 10, 13. 9 and 4, 13. 2, let's see, a Jack's an 11. 2 and 11's a 13. Why would they add up to 13, these non-popular cards? Oh, I can see. It's the only way that they can imitate, to the degree possible, the popularity of these 2 cards, whose sum is 13. Okay, so these are kind of wannabes here, wannabe popular pairs, okay? So they'll never be quite as popular as these, but they're trying their best here as pairs. Wow, that is really cool. Well, try this for yourself and see if that works out for you, and I guarantee that it will work out for you every single time. Okay, so why is that? Well, all you have to do is just collect these, the very pairs that I have. So it's pretty much set up. It's almost ready to go. Maybe we'll put the ace and queen up there. Okay, so in the language of the Absolute Math Magic channel, this is something called an AMP, adjacent mirrored pairs. So these are the pairs we want to reveal, okay? So this is just a little bit of preparation. So I created the pairs, and then all I did was I just did a left-right shuffle. That's all I did before I showed the cards to you. Okay, so the cards that you saw spread out at the beginning could have come from doing what I just did here. Okay, so this could have been the very organization of the cards that I showed you. Now, I may have tweaked things a little bit just to make it look, make sure that there's no obvious pattern there, but technically this is called a 2-cycle, cycle length 5. Let me just show you that here. Okay, so if you take 5 cards, the top 5 and bottom 5, you'll notice that in the first position you get a 10 and a 3 for the 2 halves, the 2 cycles. They add to 13. Then you get a 4 and a 9, 13. I see 8 and a 5, 13. 6 plus 7 right there, 13. And then the very bottom card there, 2 and a Jack, 13. So this is a cyclic construction. Because of that, you can perform the Charlier shuffle as many times as you like. And I can add a link in the description below if you want to learn this shuffle. None of this hurts the organization of the cards I just showed you. You could even have the packet randomly cut. That's fine. Okay. And then from there, I need to convert it to a mirrored structure. And a really slick way of doing that is the Klondike Shuffle. And since we'll be using the Klondike Shuffle in a minute, I thought it'd be nice to kind of introduce it. So now it's, quote, mirrored. Well, what does that mean? That means the cards relative to the center are the very pairs we want. So 9 and 4 add to 13, 5 and 8, 13, 3 and 10, 7 and 6, and 2 and Jack. So there's kind of a mirrored reflection going on here. Well, this type of packet qualifies to be one used by the stay stack principle. And the stay stack principle says, for each divisor of the packet size, you can deal out the cards into that many piles with random stacking from left to right or right to left, and it won't change the fact that it's mirrored. Okay. Now, before we get there, though, we only have 10 cards here. And if you remember, the whole point was to place the ace and the queen as far away from each other as possible. We're trying to prove this point that popularity causes individuals to just gravitate towards each other, for good or for ill. But really what we've done there is we put the ace and queen in a mirrored relationship. Okay, so all of these now add up to 13 as mirrored pairs from the outer as you come in one to the very middle cards, the 2 and the Jack. And so this is a packet of size 12 now, and 12 has many divisors, 2, 3, 4, and 6. So that's why I was able to deal out into 2, 3, 4 piles and 6 piles with random stacking from left to right or right to left, or some of this other kind of stacking that I showed you works as well. And in fact, we could have performed each of those shuffles many, many times if we wanted, but I decided just to do it once. And then from there, I showed you the cards. You remember how, well, why don't we go ahead and just do a little bit of mixing, because we don't want the ace and queen on the ends necessarily. Okay, why don't we just do one more here. Okay, and then I showed you the cards after our mixing, and then we did 3 piles, 4, and then 6. Okay, so let's pretend we did all of that. And so all I did was, in an effort to show you how well mixed the cards are, I just noted either the ace of spades or the queen of hearts, how far away is it from the top? Or for that matter, how far away is its companion from the bottom? Because they'll be equal distant. So it's 3 away. So this Klondike Shuffle, because it pulls off one from the top and one from the bottom each time, I know that the third pair I put out will be our special pair. So you just make a mental note of where that is. Okay. And then you just use the Magician's Force here, right? So you have them go first. They put their fingers on 2 piles. I remove one, and eventually, and the key is for you as the performer, don't put your fingers on these and allow the possibility that the spectator takes these away. So you just use the Magician's Force or Magician's Choice. It will get down to just this final pile right there, okay? And then these other ones will have that fun kind of copycat property of adding to 13 in an effort to kind of imitate these popular cards here, the Queen and Ace, who also add up to 13, okay? And so then you can kind of reveal that in the end. So anyway, kind of a fun effect. You can maybe come up with your own narrative that works better for you. But it's using several principles on my channel. I encourage you to take a look at other videos on the Absolute Math Magic channel.